Well, Marathon's barely out, and it already had a controversy. I mean, it's already had controversies before it came out. Remember that they stole art for this game, but microtransactions always controversial, and they remain so here. So, Bungie responds to quickly to Marathon microtransactions backlash. First patch will make the game slightly easier. Bungie has revealed plans to change Marathon in some key ways just a few days after launching, outlining early patch notes for an update due to out next week. In a tweet, the developer said that in the near future, it'll adjust the amount of Lux Marathon's in-game currency you get for the $10 bundles so that it grants 1,120 Lux up from 1,100. This is important because currently a runner skin costs 1,120 Lux, and you can't buy 1,120 Lux exactly from the store. Instead, you have to spend $10 to get 1,100, just 20 Lux shy, and then $5 to get a 500 Lux on top of that, which is in total dollar terms, matches the price of a $15 bundle available from the store. In IGN, as IGN has reported, this has caused a stink with Marathon's burgeoning community, with some players accusing Bungie of resorting to scummy tactics for the extraction shooter's monetization as part of the change. Bungie will credit 20 Lux to players for each $10 Lux bundles they purchased before this tweak occurred. But the virtual currency denominations aren't the only point of contention. Marathon's $10 Battle Pass has also been roundly criticized for not offering enough value, poor quality items, no premium currency back, and the limited supply stickers which you can place on weapons can't be applied to all of your weapons. Without going into specifics, Bungie said that it was aware of the feedback on Marathon's cosmetics and, quote, "We want to ensure that when you spend in Marathon, you feel like you're getting great value and discussing ways to improve this experience," it said. Meanwhile, Bungie outlined early patch notes for Marathon's first update, due out next week. All the changes seem disguised to make the extraction shooter an easier experience. The highlight for me is the increased number of med cabinets and munitions, crates that can spawn on the perimeter map, and the increased amount of starting ammo in the free sponsored kits. Marathon is a very difficult game to get into, which is easy to run out of ammo. The enemy AI feels particularly powerful too, so one wrong turn can end your run in a blink of an eye, especially if you don't have the ammo to fight back. Marathon's first update, early patch notes. Increase the distance objective nav points appear from 10 to 20 meters. Increase the number of med cabinets and munition crates that can spawn on the perimeter. Increase the amount of starting ammo in MIDA, Cyber Acme, and Arcane free sponsor kits. I've seen plenty of debates about these balance changes, with some saying they're much needed, others expressing concern that what's important about the Marathon experience, this ultra-challenging extraction loop, and the slow but rewarding power climb, is diminished by what they believe is an effort to make the game more palatable to casual players. As I've mentioned in previous reporting, part of the challenge comes from the very nature of Marathon as an extraction shooter. If you die, you lose all of your gear, and not just what you looted while out on the battlefield, but what you brought in. And given how easy it is to die in Marathon, it can feel like a brutally punishing video game. Are people bouncing off Marathon because of this? Are some off foot by its steep learning curve? In 2 days, Marathon has been live. It hit a peak Steam concurrent player count of 88,337 players. Well, that's an impressive stat for most video games, and let's not forget, Marathon is also out on console. Is it enough for Bungie, which is under the pressure to deliver for its owner Sony after recent financial failings? We've got plenty more Marathon, and then they just go into all their stuff. So thank you to Wesley and Poole, always a great source on this stuff. So Marathon is in a weird spot, and I think Wesley did point out a good point that the game is seemingly a more brutal extraction shooter than, say, Arc Raiders, which is perhaps more focused on the PvE element, whereas this is more focused on PvP. But even the PvP elements in Marathon seem more difficult than the PvE elements in Arc Raiders. With so many people invested in Arc Raiders already, it routinely gets over 100, 200,000 concurrent players in a 24-hour period, Will Marathon be able to capture some of that audience, or I guess even appeal to a new audience of players who weren't into extraction shooters to begin with at all? I feel like it's a pretty uphill battle for them, but only time will tell. What are your thoughts about Marathon, and have you played it in the short time it's been out? Do you think it will eventually become a successful brand, or do you think it will continue to lose players as time goes on? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. New videos coming out all the time here on the channel. Also check out our main channel where you get everything, where we do video game reviews and video essays on video games, and our sports channel where you get sports, where we cover sports news, as well as our podcasting channel, Better Radio. Again, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next one.